Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a project aimed at providing some Harlan Countyans with broadband internet reached an important milestone. And there's a new push from national lawmakers to create tax credits for people raising children.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Thursday, April 10th. The time now 5:30, which means it is time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall today. Megan, it's Thursday. We are one day away from Friday, and I guess we can just call it Friday Eve. It's like a holiday every week.
Every week. It's one of my favorite days. I love a good Thursday, and I love the warmer temperatures we're seeing this morning. It was so nice not to be freezing when I got into my car. Here's what you can expect as you're heading outside the door. Most places in the region seeing over 20 degrees warmer than this time yesterday, 32 degrees warmer in Monticello. Now, the actual temperatures aren't too bad. Here's a look at them, mainly sitting in the 50s and 40s, seeing 60 degrees pop out in Monticello this morning. So yeah, it's going to be a little warm start to your day. As we head into the afternoon, we'll see an increase in the temperatures, looking in the low to mid 60s, seeing upper 50s as you travel towards Virginia, and upper 60s as you travel more towards the west. Monticello seeing 68 as their forecast high for the day. We do have some rain chances in the forecast, though. Unfortunately, as the rain pushes itself through, we'll see those temperatures drop going into Friday and Saturday, looking at highs only in the 50s. We'll see that rain chance clearing out this afternoon. Here's what you need to know. We'll see the high temperatures for the day around that 5 o'clock hour, and then we have more chances of rain and storm chances as you're heading overnight tonight and into your Friday. Amelia?
A man accused of raping minors is facing charges in McCreary County. According to an arrest citation, Kyrie Giglio is accused of raping a 13-year-old in January. In a different incident, Giglio is accused of providing an alcoholic beverage to another 13-year-old before reportedly raping them. Deputies say the case is expected to be presented to a grand jury in McCreary County, despite him being held in Knox County's detention center. A man was arrested after state police say he committed 21 counts of child sexual exploitation crimes in Rowan County. 25-year-old Andrew Demon was charged on Tuesday after he reportedly posted sexually explicit pictures of minors on social media. He faces 20 counts of possessing matter, portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance, and an additional count for distributing it. 3 people were sentenced for their roles in supplying meth. Ashley Lyndon Beverly of Wise County, Virginia, was sentenced to more than 11 years in prison. She previously pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute 500 grams or more of meth. According to court documents, Beverly served as a major supplier of meth from May 2022 through November of that same year. Cody Rose and Brandon Boggs were also sentenced in the case. Boggs received 9 years in prison, while Rose got just more than 4. Court documents say Ashley Beverly supplied Rose with meth that he then distributed. The two were reportedly involved in key parts of a conspiracy that brought fentanyl into Southwest Virginia from Northern California. The case where police say an Illinois man threatened people at a funeral in Whitley County now heads to a grand jury. Daniel Graber was in court on Monday. Officers with the Williamsburg Police Department say they were notified of Graber making threats towards people who were attending a funeral. Graber was arrested on March 29th at Crawley Funeral Home. 2 people were arrested Wednesday after officials found them inside somebody else's house. Laurel County Sheriff's Office reports Sheila Smith and David Jordan were in a London home illegally off Broad Street. Officials claim Smith said they were in the house to use their Wi-Fi. After investigating, the Sheriff's Office found they were under the influence and in possession of glass pipes. The 2 are charged with 3rd-degree burglary and public intoxication. 2 men escaped serious injuries during a T-bone collision in Wayne County. It happened around 8 Tuesday night at an intersection in Monticello. A Chevy truck driven by a 62-year-old man pulled into the path of a Nissan truck driving by a 56-year-old man. The impact of the crash knocked the Chevy onto its passenger side. Both men were not injured, and they both declined being taken to the hospital. The Clover Lick Broadband project is officially complete in Harlan County. WYMT's Caroline Mueller tells us how this is bringing fiber internet to more than 100 homes in one of the county's most rural areas.
In Clover Lick, broadband access was a dream for years until now. With the completion of a 2-year project, 125 households in this remote Harlan County community now have access to fast, reliable internet.
This project will bring them into the 21st century. Broadband is as important today as water, sewer, electricity in today's changing world. People need it to be able to work remotely. Kids need it to be able to learn remotely.
The project was funded by an $80,000 grant from the Center for Rural Development. Partnerships with the Appalachian Regional Commission, local government, and a small cable provider made it possible.
We're just a small private company, and they gave me enough money to kind of split the cost on it, and we were able to build the fiber to the home project here in Clover Lick.
The center's Move the Needle initiative targets areas with little to no internet service with a focus on small, high-impact projects.
Judge Mosley covered the county with his magistrates and found locations that had no access to high-speed broadband, quality broadband. And that's where this particular project was born.
And for local leaders, it is about more than just streaming or video calls. It is about opportunity. Judge Mosley says the project could be a model for other hard-to-reach areas in the mountains.
A holler in Harlan County that now has internet like the rest of the world. You can work from home up in Clover Lick just like you can work from home in New York City.
Additional projects are already underway in parts of Harlan County, with the goal of making high-speed internet available to every resident, no matter how rural. In Harlan County, Caroline Mueller, WYMT Mountain News.
Officials say broadband expansion efforts are ongoing in the Clover Fork, Big Laurel, and Bledsoe communities. Once those are complete, nearly all of Harlan County will have access to high-speed internet. A fight for fair wages has more than 100 members of Congress on board, with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders leading the efforts to raise the federal minimum wage. They want to raise that wage from $7.25 an hour to $17 an hour during the next 5 years, something Congress has not voted to adjust since 2009.
And let us be very clear. Nobody in America, I don't care where you live, nobody in America can make it on $7.25 an hour, $9 an hour, or $12 an hour.
Studies show 1 out of 4 Americans make less than $30,000 a year, an economy that's already struggling with inflation. We are less than 1 week away from tax day, and some Democrats on Capitol Hill are pushing to extend a child tax credit. If passed, it could save families thousands of dollars a year. Reporter Molly Martinez has the story.
We don't want to leave America's children behind.
Senator Michael Bennet is introducing legislation to permanently expand a child tax credit. The American Family Act would increase the value of the child tax credit from $2,000 to $6,360 for newborns, $4,320 for children aged 1 to 6, and $3,600 for children aged 6 to 17. Connecticut Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro says the time is now.
If we can provide tax cuts for the wealthiest people in the nation, then by God, they're going to have a child tax credit that's going to take care of all kids.
There are 3 qualifications for this tax break. The first one is that the child has to have a valid Social Security number. The child has to be under the age of 17 by the time the tax filing deadline rolls around. And you need to have an income less than $200,000.
Listen, millions of hardworking families, they deserve more money in their pocket.
So far, 38 senators have co-sponsored the bill. In Washington, I'm Molly Martinez.
Yesterday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order rolling back legislation that restricts water pressure. President Barack Obama put the regulation in place to limit the water flow from shower heads to 2.5 gallons of water per minute. President Donald Trump rolled back those standards during his first term, but former President Joe Biden later reinstated them. In addition to shower heads, the executive order also applies to sinks and dishwashers. When we return, experts are saying the cost of moving some iPhone production to the States could actually be more costly than shipping them here.
And 60s remain this afternoon, but warmer weather is on the way.